Hello everyone, this preseason I started making highlights of under the radar NBA players, and I just wanted to highlight some players who really surprised me personally, and probably a lot of fans around the league. So stick around and I'll tell you a little about these players and have their highlights showing in the background. Enjoy. The first player to shock the NBA in this preseason was Christian Koloko of the Toronto Raptors. Koloko was an early second round pick out of Arizona, and the 7-foot center from Cameroon was primarily a soccer player until he was 17 years old. And he showed incredible improvement in his 3 years of college. Nothing highlights his improvement more than going from a 35% free throw shooter in his freshman year to a 73.7 free throw shooter in his junior year. Coming into the draft, Koloko was projected as more of a project, but he has proved this preseason that he can contribute this season off the bench if needed by the Raptors. Koloko showed that his athleticism and mobility as a 7-footer is as advertised on the defensive end, but what surprised many people was how he was able to perform on the offensive end. Koloko will be mostly used as a pick and roll roller and get some of his looks off of offensive rebounds, but Koloko showed the ability to score in the post against mismatches and even scored in the post against Al Horford, a great post defender. With Kem Birch and Chris Boucher having nagging injuries to start the year, Koloko may be able to get 10 to 20 minutes early in the season behind Precious Achiuwa and Thad Young, but Nick Nurse has already made it clear that the Raptors will be looking to get Koloko a good amount of reps with the Raptors G League affiliate, the Raptors 905, as well as getting spot minutes with the Raptors' big roster. And with how well Koloko played this up preseason, and with how well the Raptors develop players, look out for Christian Koloko in the coming years. Next up, we have Jamal Cain of the Miami Heat. He is a 6'7", 23-year-old athletic wing that played 4 years at Marquette, where he started 26 of 27 games as a senior while averaging almost 10 points and 6 rebounds, before getting an extra year of college due to COVID-19 and transferring to Oakland of the Horizon League. And this is where Cain really impressed by averaging 20 points and 10 rebounds. As a fifth-year senior, Cain had an incredible year with Oakland, in which he averaged 20 points and 10 rebounds. Unfortunately, this was not good enough for him to get drafted on draft night, but it got him a training camp invite to the Miami Heat. And with this opportunity, Cain really impressed throughout the preseason. But in his first preseason game, he only got 6 minutes and had a measly 2 points and 2 rebounds, but finally got a bigger opportunity in the Heat's second preseason game against the Brooklyn Nets. This is where Cain broke out for 15 points, 11 rebounds, and played pretty good defense, which resulted in 5 steals. And the next night, due to starters being rested, Cain got to play 37 minutes against the Memphis Grizzlies. And Cain built on his performance from the night before and put up 19 points, 6 rebounds, and 3 assists, and probably most importantly, he shot 3 of 7 from 3-point range. Cain looks like he belongs in the NBA with his defense, hustle, and general athleticism. Cain's longevity in the NBA will likely depend on how well he can play on offense. Cain is already good at cutting in the half court and running out in transition with his athleticism. But to be in the NBA for a long time, he needs to be able to make threes. And after showing that he was capable of making threes, the Miami Heat signed Jamal Cain to a 2-way contract for the upcoming season. Although Cain will likely only contribute to the Heat if injuries occur, this is the NBA and people tend to get hurt a lot. After an impressive preseason, I'm very glad that Jamal Cain got a 2-way deal, and I'm excited to see what he can do this year. It seems as if the Miami Heat scouting department have found another quality hidden gem, and let's see if he can be some sort of version of a Max Strus, Duncan Robinson, or Kendrick Nunn. The next player that really impressed in preseason was Tari Eason. The 17th overall pick in the 2022 draft looks to be an absolute steal. In the preseason, for the Rockets, he averaged 18 points, 9 rebounds, and 1 assist in just 23 minutes per game, with 4.5 of those rebounds being offensive rebounds. And beyond his offensive stats, Tari showed the signs of being an elite defender with a 6'8 frame and 7'2 wingspan. His defense was known to many going into the draft, but the biggest question mark was Eason's shooting ability. Eason shot 23% from 3 in his freshman year at Cincinnati, but improved to 36% at his 1 year at LSU. And even more, in a very small sample size in preseason, Eason shot 45.5 from 3-point range. That won't last, but it is a good sign for the future. And besides his jumper, he showed that he can score as a slasher and a cutter in the half court, and he is devastating in the open court, routinely turning defense into easy points on the offensive end. And every single team in the NBA would love to have a player that Eason looks to be projected as. A 6'8 wing who can play elite defense, can knock down 3-pointers, and rebound at a high rate. If Eason can develop as a ball handler and a playmaker, he can actually go down as one of the better players in this recent draft. The final player I'm going to talk about today is James Wiseman, and this may be more of a personal pick since expectations are high for Wiseman due to being a number 2 overall pick. However, my expectations for Wiseman were not very high. Even though Wiseman showed crazy potential his rookie year, Wiseman was actually a huge negative for the Warriors. The Warriors' net rating was actually 11.4 better without Wiseman in his rookie year, and the Warriors went on a big 15-5 run to end the season once Wiseman got hurt. And after not playing many games in college, Wiseman looked lost on the Warriors' defensive rotations, and he clearly didn't understand the Warriors' complex motion offense. This preseason, it seems like Kerr has simplified things for Wiseman on the offensive end and is using him as a vertical lob threat. Wiseman is being used in pick and rolls a lot more often, and this has led to Wiseman getting easy looks as a roller, and he's not trying to do too much and is being aggressive on the offensive boards. But what has made Wiseman's performance really surprising to me is that he has seemed to learn a lot by watching the champs win last year. James is much more aware on the defensive end, and where his improvement in his basketball IQ has shown the most is that Wiseman is now making some impressive passes out of the Warriors' classic split cut action, as you can see in the clips that are being played right now. So if Wiseman can be the vertical threat that the Warriors have lacked, and combines that with an improved sense for the game, he can be a very valuable piece for the Warriors' title defense. And that'll be all for this video. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed learning about these players, please like and subscribe. I just started this channel, and it would mean a lot. Have a nice day.